Alright guys, so what's up? Finally got my Tamron firmware updated on this 15 to 30. You can see how ridiculously huge this vlogging setup is with this lens. I'm going to show you right now. See how big this setup is at 15 mils. So yeah, how does it look? We're nighttime right now. 15 millimeters, 4K 30 frames per second. So I paid about 50 bucks for the firmware update. How does it look? Just giving you a view at 15 millimeters. And already I'm using the Gorilla Pod. My kid behind over there. So yeah, I'm using the Gorilla Pod and already it's been like a minute or so and my hands are starting to ache. My left hand, I'm gonna change over to my right hand. So this is the widest with my hand all the way stretched out. How does it look? 15, I think perfect field of view. Maybe a little too wide. Let's bump it up to about 18. So right now 18 millimeters full frame. Yep, so right now I'm going to take some photographs just to show you how good this lens is with the new firmware update and how well it works on this Nikon Z6II in low light. This is an F2.8, so really good 15 to 30. So yep, so this is 18. So now let me show you the field of view for 24. This is 24 millimeters, arm stretched out all the way. It's wobbling a bit because my hands are getting tired from holding this heavy setup. So, yeah, this is really just for vlogging on the short amount of time because you probably can't go 10 minutes walking around like this. You need to keep changing arms like this. Whew. Alright, so let's take a look at some photographs right now. What's up guys, Charles from TreeTanksDev. Welcome to a new video and I'm finally back after taking a break from doing YouTube videos for about a month. Right now I've got the Tamron 15 to 30 f2.8, the G1 model, the A012, which is a model which is discontinued right now in the market. It's the G2 model, but I bought this, if you watch my previous video, by accident. I didn't see it was the G1 model and I had some issues with this lens on the FTZ adapter, and the only way to fix it is to actually update it via Tamron itself, meaning bring this lens physically to Tamron and get the firmware updated. So at that time, 2 months ago, the Tamron Singapore actually disappeared for a while, but now they're back. So I managed to make a trip down to the Tamron Singapore shop about 2 days ago. It's a new distributor called CLES. They charged me about $48.20 for the firmware upgrade, but since I don't have any Nikon F mount cameras, basically no choice. Even if they charged me $100, I still would have paid it to be able to use this lens, which I bought for $750 US, secondhand on Amazon. Yep, so how does it look? I got it updated, everything's working nicely. This is at 15 millimeters now, 4K 30 frames per second, and a flat color profile, 1/50 shutter speed. ISO, I believe, is about 640 ISO at 15 mils, guys, f2.8. How does it look? So the autofocusing is pretty silent. You can hear it a bit, but since I'm using a wireless lavalier, there's no way you're gonna hear it, but it is pretty silent. This lens, the reason why I bought it, if you watch my previous video, is I wanted an ultra wide angle lens with a wide aperture, this is an f2.8 with optical image stabilization. So this lens has VC, or vibration compensation as they call it in Tamron terms. I wanted to use this on my Nikon Z50. But right now, since that I got the firmware fixed, I'm using it on the Nikon Z6II right now. And just going to test out the autofocus. Of course, in the upcoming videos, I will try to do some movie filming and landscape shots and stuff, you know, some street photography, maybe some vlogging as well. I mean, the Z50's main purpose is for vlogging. It's just that this is a really huge and heavy lens. So today's video, just wanted to give you an update that firmware update is great. Everything works very well. And right now in this video, I'm just going to show you the autofocusing system on this 15mm f2.8. So 15mm right now, let's test it out to see if we can get any bokeh. I am using the face and ID tech mode on the Nikon Z6II, so let's cover my face. Look at that. It's not really very smooth, but it is pretty fast. I've got the sensitivity all the way up to high, the highest level. So can you get nice bokeh? Can you get nice bokeh? Really, really nice. 15 mils, guys. It is slightly jerky if you watch the video, but I guess 15 mils being the ultra wide angle, yeah, it might have a little bit of issues. Is the face and eye detect working? Yes, it is. If I cover my face. Okay, so that was the sort of the bokeh or autofocusing test. Right now, let's test out the eye and the face detect and see how it is. I'm gonna get really close up to the camera. I'm looking at the screen over here. How is it, guys? Is it any good at the sides, face and eye detect on the Z6II with the FTZ adapter and the third-party lens? So I'm not expecting really good, perfect kind of autofocusing, just like if you're using a native lens, of course, this would be slightly different. But how is it? Is it any good? It looks pretty good to me. From what I can see, I still need to review the clips. Okay, now let's try to bump it up to about 24 or 30 mils. Let me see, let's go up to 24 millimeters. And does it look any better? Yeah, this definitely looks more natural. Normally when I film my videos on full frame cameras, filming movies and stuff, normally I try to use 24 all the way up to 35, my perfect field of view or focal length to use while filming videos and stuff. 15 mils I normally use for vlogging, or maybe getting some videos inside a small area like a city. When I went to, for example, Mont Saint-Michel in France, the buildings were really, really tight. The alleys were really, really tight. So those kind of environments, pretty good for using 50 mil, and of course for vlogging purposes. So how's the autofocusing? Is it any good? I'm really, really close to the camera, so I do think that you might be able to hear a little bit of that autofocusing noise. But is the autofocusing fast in the first place? It seems to me like I'm not in focus. Okay, I am in focus. So yeah, basically just testing out how good this lens is. Right now I'm going to show you some night photographs because it's nighttime right now. Some night photographs and night videos just for you to get a feel on how this Tamron 15 to 30 G1, or basically the A012 model's performance is on a full frame camera. So let's go. Okay, so yeah, this is the Nikon Z6II at 15 millimeters automatic mode, 1/50 shutter speed, f2.8 ISO. I don't know why, but the Z6II really uses a really high ISO instead of reducing the shutter speed. ISO right now is at 3200, guys. So this is the field of view, 15 millimeters on the Tamron lens, in-body stabilization plus optical image stabilization. How does it look? So right now I'm gonna bump it up to 20 mil for you to get a view. 20 mil. There you go. 20 mil. This looks much better, more natural. Of course, the main purpose of buying this lens is for my Nikon Z50, which is an APS-C. So 15 will be times 1.4. That should be pretty good for vlogging. And also to take some wide-angle landscape shots and stuff. So this is 15. Now I'm going to bump it up to 24. Looks really nice and sharp, although the ISO is really high. I think the internal settings on the Nikon Z6II really does a good job cleaning up all that noise. And right now, maximum 30 mils. You can see how good and stable the video is with the vibration reduction, or basically optical image stabilization, plus the in-body stabilization on the Z6II. And right now I'm going to show you some photographs at 15, 24, and 30 mils in automatic mode. Alright guys, so this is the field of view at 30mm f2.8. Yep, so basically I just wanted to give you a view of the different focal lengths to see, you know, how the video actually looks like at 15 and 24 and at 30 mils. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. This is a really good lens. Pretty pricey though. If you get the G2 model, probably cost about 1,200 US, but really nice sharp images, nice sharp video. Maybe autofocusing isn't 100% like using a native lens. It is slightly jumpy, but if you want an ultra wide angle lens with a wide aperture plus OIS, this is as good as you can get. So thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Upcoming video, I'm going to be doing a test on a new mobile phone gimbal from a brand that I've never used. So hit the subscribe button and the like button and the notifications button. Stay tuned for my upcoming mobile phone gimbal videos. So thanks guys and peace.